Okay, everyone. I just thought I'd give you some things to look for as far as hyperthyroidism. Now, some symptoms that I didn't know about. I didn't even think about this for probably the last 6 months before it was actually diagnosed. I'd been suffering some weight loss, and that's definitely one of the symptoms. Nervousness, irritability, um, my heart raced, heart palpitations. Except for with me, it was pretty much all the time. And I just thought, gee, Mary, you're getting older. So of course your heart is going to work a little bit harder. Um, if I had only known. But it just gives you this really uncomfortable feeling, like you're not comfortable in your own skin. And at times, I would just literally shake, and visibly shake, and not know why, because I'm not a terribly nervous person, but I was suffering from a lot of anxiety. Um, but I really did think that I felt fine. Uh, I think that with it, after the diagnosis, everything made complete sense. So, if I can help anyone, look for these symptoms, especially if you have a family history. And this tends to run in female members of families. Not it can run in men. So make sure that if you have a family history, that you're making sure that you tell your doctor, keeping them updated, or your children's doctor. Even my mother, when I told her about it, she's like, yeah, I was tested for it, a while ago, and they didn't find anything, but just within the last month or so, she was actually diagnosed with hyperthyroidism too. But the weight loss I suffered was significant. I'm 5'8", I'm very tall, so I can weigh 160 pounds and be in a size 8 to 10, 8 to 10, and yeah, I probably could have stood to lose a little weight, but I lost almost 30 pounds. I was down to 130, so that put me in a size 4. I know it's crazy, but it's distressing actually, because you look sick because you're so thin. So hopefully I'll be able to gain some of that weight back. Not all of it. I'd be happy to get a 6 or an 8 or something like that. But the nervousness, I still feel it sometimes, but the medicine is really starting to help that. And I think that with the higher dose, it'll be better. The shaking has definitely calmed down. Quite a bit. I still shake a little bit, but it's not visible. It's not like I'm sitting here and I was shaking so much, and I was just like, geez, what's going on? Why am I shaking so much? And my family is actually quite happy because I'm not so irritable now. So that's good. It's such an uneasy feeling, to not be comfortable in your own skin, and not know why. And like I said, I'm not normally an anxious or nervous person. I'm very self-confident. Um, so it was odd for me, and I just thought, gee, Mary, you've been out of work for 2 years. You're going back to work. Getting you back into the routine. Of course, there's going to be that nervousness, and the uncertainty. Because you're learning all new things. So it turns out, yeah, it wasn't that. It was actually my thyroid. So, I'm really happy to starting to feel more myself again. Um, and I hope I've educated you a little bit. As far as hypothyroidism, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about that. My sister does have it, and from what she's told me, some of the symptoms that she felt were that she gained weight, and she was always very thin, but she was very short too. So she could handle being really thin. But yeah, she probably gained like 20 or 30 pounds, which was a lot on her small frame, and she was always tired. So, it could go either way. As far as me, the tiredness, no. I only got, and I was fine with it, 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and I'm working full time, and I've got my own small business. I love to bake and decorate, cakes, cupcakes, you name it, we've done it. Um, and going to school full time, and everybody's like, "Oh, how do you do it?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just do it, and I do what I have to do, to make sure I get my college degree, and I'm happy, and I'm doing the things that I love to do." And yeah, turns out it's because when you only sleep 4 hours a night, you have lots of time to do your schoolwork. So, I am starting to actually sleep more now on the methimazole. Um, so, yeah, I'm starting to slow down a little, but that's okay. I really, like I said, could afford to slow down. And as far as the heart palpitations, that hasn't stopped. And it won't completely until my thyroid is completely resolved. But my endocrinologist put me on Toprol, which is a blood pressure medicine. And this controlled the blood pressure by slowing down your heart, which is really good. My heart was 6 weeks ago, it was running at a consistent 120 beats a minute. So now it's down to about 90 to 95, which is, it's amazing. It feels so much better. I still do have periods of time when I'm just at rest and my heart will just start to pound, and you can actually physically see my heart pounding if you're watching me, and it's the most bizarre thing. So there you go. That's some of the symptoms. There's a lot more, losing your hair, menstrual irregularity, which I never had. Oh, another thing, heat. This winter I was so hot. I was always hot. So it wasn't hot flashes. It was simply the thyroid just, affecting me and making me constantly hot. So, like I said, I'm much more comfortable now. I feel great. I'm looking forward to completely feeling better and more myself again. So that's a few things. Talk to you soon.